think we're all good.
Welcome to the global Gridwork investigations of Galactic Earth Fusion Mission Upgrade and Whimsical Wednesday. We are live. And he wants out, so I'm going to let him do it. Come on, go for it. There you go.
Oh, kitty cats. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the Global Gridwork Investigations with Missy and Chloe Ariel. Can you hear me okay? All good?
Yes.
Yeah. Sweet.
Hello to everybody in the chat. And tonight we are going to start on Chloe's home turf.
Yay, Australia. You've given me a bunch of maps, right? So the idea is that we're going and looking at a particular grid line that goes from Australia to the US. Yeah.
Yes, can we disclose where you are?
Somewhere in Australia.
Okay.
Northern part, Queensland area.
Okay. There's a line that goes from where you are to actually sort of goes up to Rachel, Nevada, Area 51. So what we want to do is look at this area of Queensland, around Brisbane, around where this black cube is supposedly, and like the Solomon Islands and some of these other places, over to Catalina Island, which actually has Avalon on Catalina Island, because if you know anything about Catalina Island, according to L.A. Marzulli's work, those elongated skulls were found there, same type of elongated skulls that were found in Paracas, Peru. And because of Earth Grid Mission and what we did on the 4th of July, this is sort of has been on my heart. And also it's a continuation from what we did on July 4th on Rob's Typical Skeptic with Earth Grid Mission, and her being in the San Diego area and me seeing the Hoover Dam, which I always seem to see Hoover Dam, and it reminds me of the Chevy Chase movie, Vacation, and just all those areas there. So that line that goes up kind of like on an angle, in the Pacific.
Yeah, because it goes straight, sort of nearly 90 degrees, and it goes up through the Solomon Islands on the right side of the Papua New Guinea. And then straight.
Because Papua New Guinea, what's interesting about Papua New Guinea is Robert Ripley of Ripley's Believe It or Not, in some of his museums, I became aware of Papua New Guinea because of those shrunken heads.
Those shrunken heads, yeah.
And I've actually also seen the skulls that don't have the certain parietal things. They're different, bigger skulls in North Carolina. In Cashers, there's a museum that's a crystal shop that also has these shrunken heads and these weird skulls that don't have the certain sutures, that we have.
Yeah. So non-human intelligence, possibly. Is that
non-human type of skulls. So I became aware of this kind of thing with Papua New Guinea, like I said, with Robert Ripley. So there's something about all this to me that also connects in with those Easter Island heads, the Moai heads.
Yeah. The one that they've found the whole body as you dig further into the ground. It's not just the head, it's the body as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the recent sort of evidence from archaeologists, I believe. Don't quote me on that. From what I've read, I don't know if it was in National Geographic or what, but like they dug underneath and there's a whole body underneath there. So a little body and like a big head. So again, it's kind of showing that, that's to be under the ground and the earth there, that's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years old. And it's like, again, showing us we don't really know the history of our planet.
No, not at all.
So we will find out through the Gridwork investigations.
That's right. That is right. I want to light this.
Some Damiana tea. It helps me, my clairvoyance. Some people like mugwort. I like Damiana.
Oh, I love mugwort.
Yeah. It's really good for clairvoyance, apparently. Heads up for anyone listening.
The moxa, which is mugwort, actually is great to clear your gallbladder meridian, which is where a lot of the entity attachments happen. And if you get like pain in your IT band and things like that, that's all related to that.
That's
that
interesting.
Candle does not want to light, so we're not going to light that candle. I'm just trying to figure out, where do we want to drop in from, like, to look at this stuff, because I'm trying to figure out if we should drop in from somewhere that that's an area. The only thing I can think of is Uluru.
And we did get permission to drop into Uluru from Stephen and Stephen Strong and Evan, his brother.
Let me go get my dirt real quick. Go ahead and share with the audience. I got to go get my dirt.
So there's some elders that live, because I checked the background, because you can't just zoom in and like poke around and have a look unless you've got the best of intentions. So it's important to, check in with native elders and before we go in poking around and having a look. But I was given permission because our intentions are pure, and it's just to see how we can help the grid line. So that's our purpose and intention. So we may drop in there, but we'll check in first, of course, with spirit and see if we're all good to go there, because it's always good to do that. You know what I mean? To see if we're totally in line. Being Mercury retrograde, kind of expecting techie issues and anything like that. So I apologize before any of that happens. But so far, so good. I just couldn't get onto Rumble and Instagram, but I think we're okay.
Actually, the dirt has disappeared. I think I left it in Black Mountain, but what I found is, remember when I was talking about the pyrite from a special place here in North Carolina that I thought Rob needed? Well, I found those. And this was a little Sasquatch that I made when my squirrel, Deadly, used to carve black walnuts, and see that little face? So I've got him with me. Okay, so we're good. So let's just go ahead and tune into that spot in Uluru.
I'm going to just do a little bit of grounding and put my Merkaba around me.
Nice we're going to do some grounding. So think of grounding. Think of that you've taken a hike in this area. And if you don't know this area and you're in the United States, think of places like Sedona and Zion National Park, and maybe Bryce Canyon is what comes to mind as far as the possible look of it, as far as the deep orangey red clay rock, and feel yourself walking barefoot in this spot, and you're going to a high point. And you're running the frequencies of the pink fire plasma coming up from the Earth's core of the healed Earth in another timeline, which some call Aurora Earth, and the blue ice frequencies. And these are also coming like from the Polarian beings of the Northern Lights in the correct spin timeline. And when you bring these together, it creates this frequency of like a loving pink lavender that you're able to spread out. So you're all these colors. You're like rainbow colors within your body. You're going to project a little orb. So you're going to kind of breathe in to the center of your chest, and like right below your heart chakra is what's called the carinatus seal. And I want you to visualize a green orb. And this orb is going to collect all these frequencies, all these beautiful diamond-like crystalline colors. And you're going to run this crystal up and down your body. It's like a little flame that goes up and down like to 6 inches beneath your feet, and goes up, say, about 3.5 feet above your head at the top of your shield or seal, which is like your 15-dimensional time matrix seal that you're in.
Oh, that's actually really lovely. I can feel a lot of bright light coming in now. That's really lovely.
And a bird is flying over your head. So I want you to pick whatever type of bird body that you want to be in. Is it an eagle? Is it a hawk? Is it a phoenix? Is it something bigger like a condor? Is it small? Is it like a it could be a blackbird or a crow, or it could be a hummingbird. It's a bird of your choice, but a bird that's going to take you across the ocean. So you might want to be mindful of what type of bird power is going to take you across the ocean. So you checked into this bird body, and you're going to start flying over to the coast of Australia and just sort of looking down at the coast of Australia in Queensland. You want to feel.
It's a sea eagle. It has to be a sea eagle. Yeah.
Seagull.
Sea eagle.
Sea eagle. Okay.
A sea eagle. Yeah. And sea eagle. A lot of rainbow colored energy coming down through the crown chakras and aligning with the earth frequencies and crystals that you've brought in.
As I get closer, I actually see clarity of the ocean, but then I see like this dark spot. Like if I'm looking at the coast one way, I see like a dark line, and it's above this area of Brisbane, like a line that goes sort of like this down. That's in this ley line that goes, across the ocean. And it's like, what is in the ocean? What is the trauma that's being held? And I get I'm picking up also as I do this, something about this ring of fire energy. There's something to do with this ring of fire. Even though we're not anywhere near the Polynesian islands and these volcanoes necessarily, I'm picking up that there's some kind of trauma from this tectonic plate shifts, if you will.
Yeah. I'm seeing I see a black pyramid. I feel like it's a metaphysical black pyramid. And I don't really deal with the black pyramids at all. I've heard about it, but I have never really seen them until now that we're talking. So as we went through the eagle, and I could see above the city, and then I saw from the middle of the earth, Australia, more inland. We could probably say a certain place, but I don't really want to say, but I can starts with pine. And that's the feeling that I get, that energy is, the word is coalescing and running through. And that's when I saw the same black line, quite wide, going up through the grid line there. So yeah, that's information. So we're gathering intel now before we start working. So did you want to go to Uluru area, or it's kind of around where that pyramid is? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this bird's just flying around, circling around, looking at all these different spots.
Yeah. We're going to bring our ancestors in here, and the ancestors of the land, of the tribes that are there, for benevolent reasons. We are viewing and looking at the area, and we come in peace and in ceremony to also, the intention is to lift the vibration of these areas and also get information. So thank you.
Thank you.
Put purple light around us. Coalesced, the black pyramid coalescing, it can be shifted with the consciousness of the viewers looking, and of us. The journey dreamers is what I got told that we are doing from spirit. You journey dreamers, I got told. There's an Aboriginal man here who's overseeing the session now. as we've got permission. The journey dreamers, because it's all in the culture, it's dream time is a big thing here. So we're called journey dreamers, he's just told us. So the people that are looking, we're journey dreamers. And so we're bringing the reality that we in up to a higher frequency is what I'm hearing. Okay. So I'm actually getting told now that we go under the pyramid and we stoke a fire.
And I'm working with the pendulum for correction, because they're saying something about correction of reversals, because there's reversal energy and anti-spin and like siphoning of life force from people and other places on the earth for whatever is to do with this pyramid. That's what they want to do. This is like black goo.
So we don't have to tune in too much to the gut glue. Pull yourself back, because you'll get sick, right? So you're just putting nice protection boundaries. So we're getting help from the elders in the land and some spirit helpers here, our ancestors too. And so we're putting a fire stick and fire underneath that. And so that's one of the best transmuters of energy, is the element of fire, I find. All the other elements definitely do break down and remove energies, but for now we're getting a big thumbs up as the fire is underneath there.
Yeah.
And then we're getting, actually, because it's coinciding with what you've actually just said. So there's a ring of people holding hands, all these people holding hands around that pyramid, right? And it's actually going in anti-clockwise, because the right
that's
way,
what I was doing with this, exactly, for clearing.
Isn't that amazing? So the right way here in the southern hemisphere is anti-clockwise.
Yes.
So it must be going the opposite way, clockwise. So anti-clockwise, when you flush the toilet, it goes down. We know everything's kind of backwards down here, but it's the right way when it's anti-clockwise. So you got that. How interesting. So we've got the people moving around. This is a consciousness of the collective watching.
And I'm seeing a singing and dancing. I'm seeing dancing.
Yep, it's like a bit of dancing going on, like a quabbery. And so we're dancing, and we've got feathers, and we're painted up, and we're all holding hands, and we're all helping this energy to disperse. And actually it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, that pyramid. You'll notice it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then a bright light out of this dimension. That was big. It seems so simple, but bang, flash of light, gone. That's the intention of this. To take a breath in, a sigh of relief, I'm hearing. And now that we've done that, this elder is coming forth and handing me some sort of a stick. What is this? A boomerang? Clapping sticks. I've actually got a pair, but I'd have to go and find them. But like while I'm doing that, I know exactly where they are. I'm just going to grab some clapping sticks, because it's
and I'm going to show this rock right now, because I'm seeing something about standing stones, and I showed this on Gina's show the other day. This is a rock from Western North Carolina that looks like you could pass through. Right? This is a white quartz, which actually Robert Simmons, who's written the Book of Stones, actually would call this azeztulite. He channels beings called the Azez. So this is your white quartz, and I feel this is very, very important. And I just want to tap that right now.
Don't mind me. I mean, of course I should have bought my clapping sticks. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? These are the clapping sticks.
Yes.
So they're a really high-pitched clapping stick. So he's told me, he knows I've got them. So we're going to bring in the right frequency now.
I was showing my rock from Western North Carolina. This is a white azeztulite quartz, according to Robert Simmons. And it looks like a standing stone.
Beautiful. So this is the tapping that I'm hearing. So I'm going to bring not the fast, it's like a slow. Like that. And we'll do this for about 30 seconds, but that feels like, and I can visualize now everyone is holding the sticks, their own clapping sticks. As we've shifted that black pyramid out of this dimension, now we're bringing, everyone's holding clapping sticks. And he's calling in other people from different parts of the tribal lands in to hold this in place. And everyone's holding clapping sticks. I can see a lot more people now, a lot more tribal people, the original peoples of different tribes there holding clapping sticks. So this is a removal of dark forces and energies from the place. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. And I can feel now, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. And that's the start of what we're doing. We're removing that anchor because it was anchored. I feel a bit, energy is really interesting after we've done that. It's like removed a lock, an anchor of darkness. So now it's like feels neutral, but it's also like now we have to anchor in whatever the positive thing is. But where's next on the journey?
In that line, I'm seeing rain. In that line, I'm seeing like a crystalline rainbow rain in that whole area that was kind of dark, and it's clearing that line that's going out into the ocean.
Yeah. It's beautiful. And so they're bringing the rain in. That's great. And the rainbow frequency.
Yeah.
Because that's what we all need. Especially, there's some towns in the middle of Australia, like Alice Springs, that are just being left to just complete ravaging by the people there. It's just being left alone. And it's like really dangerous. One of the most dangerous places you could ever visit. You'll get robbed. You'll get things stolen off you. And I feel like it's being done on purpose, right? And I wonder about the influence of this particular pyramid on that space. Now that we're lifting it, let's hope that there's going to be more community-orientated energy going on there, unified field. Yeah. Hey, everyone in the chat, Terry, Eric, Silcola.
I'm not seeing anybody. Why?
That's okay. I can see it. I'll be the admin person. Okay, cool.
I can see it now. I have to go. I have to go to YouTube to see it. I don't see.
It's okay. It'll just be
just joining. Here's my little Sasquatch I made.
Hey, cute. Right, so this is the beginning of this, and it's like organic, right? So I didn't expect to see all the people in unison there in a circle, right? And then I got told, bring the clapping sticks. How do they know that I had a pair of clapping sticks? I did have to look through the luggage, but we're just going with it, guys, because we don't know. We're getting told the direction to take through Great Spirit, you know what I mean? For the most positive outline. And if we have some Galactics coming here, I'm more than welcome, you know. Hi, benevolent, you know, angelics. Beautiful high vibrational energies. I'm getting an energy of everyone sitting down, like sitting in a chair. So that's bringing in the solidified, because it went through a neutral feeling there as it removed it. Now we're getting people sitting in chairs all around this spot here. So, and that's anchoring in what we've just done right there. Very powerful. And everyone watching is a part of this. Okay. Now, should we work on that grid line that goes further out into the ocean?
Yes, because I'm seeing, I'm hearing Solomon Islands, so I wanted to look up the history. The history of the Solomon Islands spans from ancient Lapita seafarers settling around 2000 BCE to becoming a pivotal World War II, of course, battleground and independent modern nation. So
that's why they call it the American Solomon Islands. This is actually like a base there. Yeah. All right. I'm getting a picture of the sea eagle that we had earlier, and on the wings of the sea eagle, and everyone can visualize this, is rainbow coming out of the sea eagle's wings as it's moving from the land of Australia out to the Solomon Islands. And now it's landing in some sort of coconut tree. It's a coconut palm. That makes sense, doesn't it? This
I just
coconut.
want to give this thing too. So it was occupied by the British. So 1893, Great Britain establishes British islands. 1899 to 1900, Germany secedes its Northern Solomon Islands, and then during 1942, it was Japan. So that's interesting.
Yeah, until it went
all that.
Americans. Yeah, after that.
And I'm feeling to pull a mermaid card because we want some positive help in the waters.
Okay, so what's actually stuck there is the energy of nuclear weapons testings.
Mm-hmm.
I just got this big picture of nuclear weapon going underneath the shelf.
And that's what's causing the grid lines, all that stuff in the water, because it messes the telluric and the tectonic plates.
So we can remove that because that's stuck in a time and a place, and there's like a small mushroom cloud that goes up. And I remember something years ago about the Bikini Atoll and the French still testing underneath the water there. So I'd imagine, because this is around nuclear, that there may have been something historically there as well. Don't know if we can verify it or not, possibly, right? So then we've seen that. So now we're going to visualize reversing that nuclear weapon. Reverse, 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 reverse. Wow. I see it all set up underneath on the ground, a sea floor there, right? We're undoing it. We're taking out all the ignition, everything. We're re-putting the fish, the coral, and all the things that are natural there. And is anything else, Spirit, that we do with this place?
And there's many birds. Look at this card that I pulled.
Oh my God. And literally that we're on a sea eagle and flying there. We're going to call them the sylphs, the mermaid.
You've prayed for help, so get out of the way and let heaven help you. Look at all those birds in there.
Heaven helping us. That's beautiful. So we're getting the sylphs energy, which is a mermaid in energy, to help us there. And there's all these beautiful, bright, sparkly lights all over the ocean there. They're giving us the thumbs up for collapsing that timeline. And there's a tear in the field of the dimension there. So now they're going to like sew it up with a golden thread, all of the dimension. That's what I'm getting, very strong, breathing in and breathing out. Now we've got everyone,
the light out the love.
Everyone that was with us at the around the pyramid is now in the ocean on surfboards. This is great. Like on the surf, when people do that in the circle on the surfboards. That's beautiful. So it's the chaos and disintegration energy, the trauma that's stuck there was, we can say, the letting off of nuclear weapons, right? Okay, it's a big one. And so now we're bringing the sylphs energy in, and they're literally tying back the dimensions. It's like a weave. This is what I'm visualizing. When you get these like knitting, plastic knitting things, I don't know what you call them. You probably know, and you got to like turn them and weave them like this.
Yeah,
and
it came to me. I was wondering, why was I hearing the song? Linda Ronstadt did a song called Silver Threads and Golden Needles. Now I know why, because I've seen this like threading going on. Like, what is that?
So it's what needs to actually clear the problem is when you've got nuclear weapons, it splits and tears the holes in dimensions, which is why we had all that interaction in the 50s with UFOs and other beings coming here, because the nuclear weapons were affecting the dimensional realities, right? So the same thing is happening here, that we've got this kind of toy weaving machine thing, right? And everyone's in a circle. They're on top of the surfboards. They're in the ocean. We've got the sea eagle. We've got the sylphs. And what they want to do is like get everyone to crochet. Even if you don't know how to crochet, your intention is there, right? To bring it in and actually heal the tear. So we are knitting together, and this makes sense, okay, when it comes to like the energy of, everyone laughs at me when I say this, but grandmother spider, that creates realities and keeps it functioning in the most optimal way. So we are now knitting it together, just with your intention in the water, in the ocean. I'm seeing so many people here and helping. Very good. Very good. There's some clouds happening in the ocean there. I feel like it's overcast, and there's like I can hear the word like cyclones and tornadoes.
I heard thunder in the distance.
Yeah. And I don't know why we're bringing that in. So maybe we need the element of that. So let's just check in why that's being. Maybe we need the water element to come in and cleanse too. So now that we've metaphysically bringing back the dimensional tear into wholeness, we've got a cyclone and storms coming in, and that's just in this clearing energy. So that's powerful storm and water energy into the grid. And you just have to go with what that grid needs, right? So this is, you can use this, this is like a teaching moment, right? You can do this via distance. Okay, so, but you have to listen, you have the ears to listen to spirit to guide you on how to do the session, right? Or the grid clearing that we're doing now. So storm is needed. So we need that electrical energy. Okay, we're watching it over the Solomon Islands. And I can hear taking out dark timelines. So as we do the grid clearing, it affects the timelines as well. So removing.
Yeah, we're still, I'm working with that counterclockwise spin because it's the clearing and we're still on that.
Yeah, so we're seeing that vortex, what we'd call it, sort of like cyclonic. It's a cyclonic energy that is needed on this spot to remove and clear. All right?
To clear this nuclear waste.
Yeah. So everyone's okay.
I'm actually seeing the Fukushima stuff actually get sucked down into this. I don't know if there's a Gulf Stream or something that happens that goes this way, because I haven't studied the Pacific Ocean to know that much. I know the Atlantic well, but
there's a warm Gulf Stream that travels down. You'll see it on Finding Nemo when he's actually catching the turtle and he's going south on the Gulf Stream. Yeah, so you can see that on Finding Nemo. I know you like using entertainment and movies, so there you go.
Yeah, okay.
But it's interesting when you said the cyclonic too. I can see it going all the way down into the bottom of the seafloor, which is the key here because it connects into that grid line. And I can see all the dark energy down the bottom of the cyclonic funnel. So as we're seeing that, and we can say, yeah, that will be sucked up and out, exactly how you said it, right? So it's like a vacuum cleaner. So we can see it all, off it goes, up the cyclonic tube and out, up and out. So we're doing a clearing and a cleansing. And I can see the sun coming through like it does when the rain has shifted and you've got, after the rain, that sun that comes in. That's coming through very nicely. And we've got the Polynesian men and women behind, and they're doing like coconuts, like clapping sticks, you know what I mean? And we've got the spirits of the land who are coming in and like helping out here too. Like, don't forget about us. We're here too, you know? I love it.
It's now great. I'm feeling going towards Papua New Guinea. That's pulling me already and here's the picture.
Yeah. Goosebumps. Oh, I got full.
That's also another stronghold of World War II. And I've talked about before, if people saw the movie or the show the book written by Philip K. Dick called The Man in the High Castle, it talks about an alternative timeline where the Nazis won the war. And I know that Laura Eisenhower's guest, Dan Cooper, actually talked about, the Nazis really did. And Papua New Guinea boasts one of the world's oldest continuous cultures with human settlement dating back to 50,000 years. Colonized by European powers in the 1800s, the territory was heavily fought over during World War II before gaining full independence from Australian administration September 16th, 1975. Now, what I'm seeing with these heads, modern Papua New Guinea first inhabited from the Southeast Asia during the Ice Age. New Guinea highlands became an independent center of agriculture around 7,000 years ago, where early farmers domesticated crops like taro, and bananas. The region's challenging mountainous terrain and isolated valleys contributed to the development of highly diverse tribal societies. Today, the nation is home to over 800 distinct languages, making it one of the most linguistically diverse places on earth. And what I'm really seeing is a lot of black magic there. I am seeing so much black magic in Papua New Guinea. And the thing with these heads, with these shrunken heads, it's like holding the spirit, like it's like a voodoo doll type of a thing with these, not that I want to tune into that too much, but that's
well, we're going to just see if we come with intention of being able to clear the lines, and we ask permission of the tribes and the spirit of the land. And so we asked, do we have permission to go in? I didn't think so either. I had a feeling. I don't think they want. There's a no.
We're just observing right now. We're not going to do this one today, but we're just observing. But can the shrunken heads that have left that area that are in other places be cleared? I get a yes on that.
Yeah, that's more positive. Did you feel that the no beforehand? It's like, no. Okay, cool.
But the areas around, I get, can be cleared, but that needs to be contained for now. So let's just clear the ocean around the area.
That's what I feel.
Ocean.
I feel that too, around the ocean. I'm getting that when I connect with Papua New Guinea and the spirits of the land, like they have a lot to do with the whales and the dolphins. They have a way that some people still traditionally use when they smack the top of the water, and the dolphins and the whales come in and bring in fish. So incredible technology that they're still using there to this day. They have that symbiotic relationship with the whales and the dolphins there. Quite amazing.
This is what I hear. We can't clear the tribes there. It's not our job, but we can clear our white man impact on the land.
Okay, right. Well, that'll be a lot of colonialism there. And I can hear East Indian
self-forgiveness. Look at this.
East Indian Company, the spice company. Yeah. That's the first trading. Self-forgiveness, right? Okay. Yeah.
Let go of the old guilt. Remember that you're God's perfect child. See them as perfect as what they are, and allow them to be what they are, but we have to deal with our shit.
Yeah. And the mining, there's mining there. There's also Australian interests, and I do get a military presence too, but we don't have to go into that.
No, we don't need to go into that. But what I do want to get is, what is the effect of the Moai heads on all this? There's something to do with the Moai heads, like being a control panel where these things actually move at certain times when there's earth changes. Like they look like they're in stasis and they look like stone, but they're actually beings that are connected to these Moai heads. Do you get anything about that?
I've got a Papua New Guinean man who's coming forward, and he said telepathically it connects to our ancient ancestors, the Moai.
Right.
But there's a lot of fear. I think
just got chills on that, and it's like Lemuria.
Yeah. It connects to our ancient ancestors, and there's a lot of respect for the Moai. But it's like there's also fear in regards to it too. Like, I don't know if that sort of came along after, as generationally, thousands of years down the way, there's like a respect, but fear as well. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just clear.
Yeah. And the impact of, colonization and the Dutch East Indian Company. That's what I'm hearing. Dutch East Indian Spice Company, because they came in and they took the nutmeg. They took all these different spices from the area. with little to no respect, and traded land, similar to what they did with Native American people and in Australia, the Aboriginal people too, that they traded like beads and things like that for land, like a land grabbing exercise, and then enslave the population, you know, the usual modus operandi. So we bring in energy of fairness to the people there, and everyone's shaking hands, and it's like a rite of clearing what was done and the hurt, and I can see people crying and the pain that's caused generations after, actually. Okay, so we can extend that energy, and it feels like an apology, actually. Hope to hear and mend the ways of the old for a brighter future. Okay, and then we'll leave that there to be configured. It's beautiful.
What comes to me next is, I don't want to go to all these islands, but the one that comes to me is the Cook Islands, which is Polynesian. You
Okay.
brought up the Polynesian. The Cook Islanders are proud Polynesian people known for their warm hospitality, vibrant music, and deep ancestral ties to the ocean. Boy,
Okay.
there's something so primordial with the mother energy with this, is what I'm getting. I'm seeing like this emerald green coming up. Blue.
Yeah. You know what I'm seeing? Pele, the goddess in Hawaii, but she extends herself to all of Polynesia. And she is the mother. I'm hearing all these different words that I'm not quite sure. I think it's Polynesian words. The mukai, I don't know what that means. But that's she's the original one, the return of the original primordial energy. And this is like the Sophia Christos. They're answering. What we know to be true now is that we're bringing in the Sophia consciousness to bring in balance in this planet, right? They're reiterating that same energy of Pele becoming larger and larger, and that goddess Pele energy. And I can see a dolphin now.
And that's what it looks like. You can see, look at the color of that water. Just to the frequency of that water. This is like some extension arm of these cathedrals, is what I'm getting.
Wow. Okay. I'm getting actually a sacred holding place, and I'm actually getting sent underneath the water. And I have been here before, and other good work I have actually done before. I didn't realize it was this close to the Cook Islands, but I'm getting sent to a pyramid underneath in the ocean, the Pacific Ocean. I thought we might come across it. So this, oh my God, it makes so much sense. This is like the positive pyramid, right? It's got glass on the outside. Whether it's metaphysical or not, it feels, is it metaphysical? It's actually physical. I think it's physical pyramid. We've got glass on the outside. We've got a pink energy in the middle. And I want to bring that to connect to that pyramid that was in Australia. And we're now seeing that energy connecting into the middle of Australia. Positive, positive. And the sea eagle can help with this. It's going around the top of that pyramid. You're going clockwise, you're going anti-clockwise, you're going.
And because they're drummers, I had to get this.
Yeah. Whew. Got some incense going on.
Look at this.
All right. And there's like the eagles going, and with the wings, with the rainbows going up and up and up above the pyramid. And that's how we're working, because it's wanting to bring up the high galactic energies, right? And it's going up and up and up. And it's going back over to the middle of Australia. And it's now bringing all that pink and sparkle and rainbow colored clouds from this pyramid over to that part of the middle of Australia. And the Indigenous elder and the Polynesian man are shaking hands. And we've got women too who are dancing. And there's women doing corroboree. So this is great. I'm going to bring my clapping sticks. can bring in that same pace. We're observers. We're seeing it. I can hear the term new negotiations and new timeline. Yeah. I was doing a picture while we were talking about Papua New Guinea. It's sort of like this tunnel, but it was like the door is closed now. It's kind of like this image here. Oh, did we get it? See if it gets up. Oh God, I've got to have my
that way.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Oh
Sort
wow.
of.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was before we went to Papua New Guinea. So it went and it was like a no. You know what I mean? So yeah, it feels good, and it feels like I've got the mermaids actually energies coming in now, in regards to they're helping to fix the timeline. Now we've got the whales, the dolphins, and the mermaids who are now working in the ocean to solidify
and the sea turtle always.
Yeah, solidify that energy. Like they're dragging in cords. Like I can see the dolphin holding a cord, like a pink cord in its mouth, and is anchoring in the cosmic collection of cosmic crystalline grid lines, which is the higher Sophia web. So the higher consciousness web is what I'm getting. Yeah. So
but feeling something to do with Venus. Laura was talking a lot about Venus, and I don't know. I guess I'm getting a positive Venus connection. Like this is almost like a hub of, even though it's in the water, it's like a tall mountain energetically, where there's a positive nature of like giving birth to the waters going like Taurus exactly, because I mean that's like a distorted thing, but something about this water coming up and out like this, that's like feeding something, and to wait and feel this nourishment before we start heading into on the other side of it as we go, across the
other part of the ocean.
Which is called, where the equator is, and we go to the other side.
Yep.
We're going to do that.
That makes a lot of sense, because it's also showing that originally we probably can't see it now because we cleared it, right? We talked about the underground nuclear stuff. We cleared that, right? So I completely forgot about it. Isn't that funny? When we clear stuff, I'm like, what was that thing we just did? Because it doesn't exist anymore, thank God. We cleared it out of the dimension, right? So the natural is that we don't want to say it's a volcano, but it kind of has a natural Pele volcano feeling that goes up. And
the positive energy of the Pele, not the scorned woman aspect that I've talked about before, that Pele can be a scorned woman, but Kali that the destruction that gives birth to like a forest fire that's positive for new growth. It's that
for new growth, right? So, in Australia, you do the burning off, and then you can get the young green grass that comes through, and the kangaroos can then eat it, right?
Right, exactly.
Similar to that. It's like we're releasing, so then we can bring in something new. And you said the galactic, and you said Venus, right? So you're going specific. So that area needs the planet Venus to connect to, right? Because I didn't go specific with what galactic exactly, but it's bringing in Venusian feminine Sophia codes, isn't it? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Wow, I love the way we work together. It's like it bounces off each other, it's like, bang, does that feel right? No, it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
So now we can go with support across that barrier of the ocean and start looking at, like this area here.
Yep.
Which is looking, seeing like Mexico and going over to where, Catalina Island sort of sticks out.
Yeah, I've got to have a look at this Catalina Island because you get the feeling that there's, energies there that need to be shifted. So let me just look at the map. I feel like this is the map, right? That we need to put. I had a feeling I needed the pendulum for, right? So I'm getting that again here. So let me just get into the. I see what you mean by South Catalina Island. So you want to go from Laguna Beach, Los Angeles, Catalina Island, and then down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then up. Okay. I can
So
hear the
listen to
weight.
this. Catalina
Yeah.
Island history spans over 7,000 years. Haven't we heard about 7,000 years recently? Beginning from the indigenous Tongva people who called it Pimu, discovered by the Spanish explorers in 1542. The island later transitioned through Mexican and American control before chewing gum magnate with William Wrigley Jr. Wrigley's gum,
Oh, yeah.
Santa Catalina Island, 1919, and transformed it into the world famous tourist resort. Indigenous Spanish era, 7,000 BC to the 1800s. For millennia, the Tongva or Gabrielino people thrived on the island, utilizing its marine resources for trading soapstone across the mainland of California. Spanish explorer Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo arrived in 1542 and 1602. Another explorer, Sebastian Vizcaino, named the island Santa Catalina in honor of the Saint Catherine of Alexandria. You know what's weird is Drago Reed did one of those HG sessions, whatever they're called, for Kat, who's in our chat a lot, and her name was Catherine. I don't know if it was Catherine the Great, though, of Alexandria. European settlement brought disease, devastating the indigenous population, which was largely gone from the island by the 1830s. But I just know from what I've heard that there's these heads there, these, what do you call the elongated skull, which I think is the Nephilim.
Okay, well, I'm going before that, and I think we just got to clear something before we go back because it's stopping to a point for me. And you can tell me a bit of the history of. Has Pearl Harbor got anything to do with Catalina Island?
I don't know. It could.
Catalina. Let's have a look. This is where we Google.
Well, Pearl Harbor is Hawaii. Pearl Harbor is definitely Hawaii.
Okay, there's some sort of link. There's some sort of link, and I don't know what it is. But whether we know about it or not, 1,500 dead in Hawaii, right? And it is the coast of America on the Pacific, and there's something about Catalina Island. Maybe it's something we don't know that we're kind of stumbling across, but there's something that needs to be shifted with that. Okay, so we can just get, again, surfboards in the water.
And this is where it is. So get a feel of where Laguna Beach is, and Anaheim and Los Angeles and San Diego.
Oh, now I get it. Okay. I just got it then. You know the UFOs over the top of did they fly over Los Angeles 1940?
The Battle of LA.
Because I
did a show on that with my friend Mobius years ago on my own.
Okay, because I got it's like Attack on Pearl Harbor, but then it's not. It's Los Angeles, and it's that 1945 UFO thing in the war. That's what it is. Goosebumps. Are you getting the goosebumps now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So that's oh my God, goosebumps again. So it was like,
I think this is part of a galactic war, actually, I'm getting.
Yeah. Okay. So this is
galactic war there.
Have come in and said there was an attack on America, and it's like a Pearl Harbor. So it's like giving you little clues, but it's like, but where are you? Los Angeles. The Los Angeles UFOs that were seen in 1945. And they thought it was a full-on, it was heaps of witnesses. We're talking like 100,000 people for the time, like looking at this whole scene of UFOs. Apparently attacking. Did they attack? There's like a attacks there. Anyway, that's what we're going to clear, okay? It's fear, that imprint that's there. So we're going to ask spirit.
And it ties in with
Yeah.
Is it H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds? You know, they
Yeah.
broadcast that on the radio, and people thought it was real.
Yeah, they did.
I don't
So there's
remember when that was
fear.
exactly.
Fear as a record that stays in spots, right? Even if it's back in 1945, you got 100,000 people witnessing this whole thing, and then it gets pushed underground. Like, oh, what was that? What did they say it was? What was the excuse? You know, because this is like in the middle of the war, like just right at the end of the war. And they're like, oh no, is it an attack on America? That's what it feels like. So that's a really heavy imprint. So no wonder it's coming across
Here's
from
the picture of what it looks
Catalina
like.
to Los
Look at
Angeles.
this.
Yeah, look at that. Battle of Los Angeles. And they're in
And Los
the ocean.
Angeles
They're in
means
the
the
ocean from
city of
Catalina.
angels. Los
They would
Angeles
be
means,
looking out onto Catalina Island. Oh my God. Don't you know it?
and the Battle of LA. Los Angeles means city
Yeah.
of angels. City of angels.
Yeah.
Fallen angels, maybe, but city of angels.
Yeah. Okay, so that's definitely coming up. So we're going to clear that record. So we're going to clear the fear associated with that
It's
incident.
a World War II thing again. Japanese and all this Nazi.
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of Nazi technology that has to do with this. You know,
Oh God, so heavy.
Yeah,
before I tune.
Remember, 1947 wasn't that far away. The 89th anniversary of what we just had of Roswell, right?
I can't stay
Roswell's
in the energy
just
too
the
long.
one that we hear about. Yeah. Look at
okay,
this.
so I can't stay in the heaviness because there's a lot there. It's hidden things, right? It's about the Germans showing. I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but I'm going to say it. The Germans showing their power. That's what it feels like. They're showing that, hey, the whole we won the war kind of thing. Yeah. We don't actually, the public doesn't really know about it. There's a few of us, right? Because,
that does feel icky, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? So I don't want to be in it too much, but we've got Venus here. We've got Venus here, and we've got the Pele energy, so they're linking up with that timeline. That's why they're bringing that energy from
the Vega. There's something about Lyra Vega that Vegas. Yeah. I mean, there's a synchronicity with Vega and Vegas. Like, why is it called Vegas? Like Vega, right. Vegas.
Yeah. Okay, let's bring in that really bright Venus light and the higher galactic energies that are going to clear that intent. There's intentional fear there. And I'm getting all of that nuts. We're allowed to say that? Probably
because what keeps this Battle of LA and all this fallen angelic stuff alive is is that Hoover Dam, because there's something very artificial with the way that thing is run, and
we'll do that later.
The bog bodies I'm just saying the bog bodies, and I mean, we might need to divide this into two things, but
I need to clear it. I'm feeling it all.
Areas of Hoover Dam that keeps this timeline alive. So
let's bring in the
waters need to be cleared. It's again about clearing the water.
Yeah, we're going to clear the grids and the line, and I can't hold it anymore. Everyone, let's see. Be in the water on the surfboards, holding hands. Beautiful. Now we're bringing in that big light galactic that's going to clear that fear. It's going to clear that. I can hear sirens, actually, wartime sirens, like really high-pitched sirens. So we're clearing that whole time period.
We want to call on the positive siren, like the mermaid type of a siren that,
It's really heavy.
Got a bad rap.
It's like America suddenly feels vulnerable. That's what it feels like. This is before Pearl Harbor, is it not, or after? Is it after?
This is before, I think.
Before. So that's where it goes to. Clearing that. Yeah, we've got more mermaid energies coming up from the water and cheering us on. Like a party.
Yeah, this contemplation time was about spending time alone, meditating, and what we desire to meditate on that, which is desiring like this cleansing. It's like a cleansing of the grids here.
It feels good now, clearing it. I think the island is used as some sort of like something as well. I won't go into it too much, but I want to clear
Experiments.
something. Yeah. So we're going to the island too and just asking for the grids to be aligned back into the galactic highest timeline of positiveness. And I'm hearing the word Japanese involvement. So we're going to clear that. I'm going to clear and cancel all contracts associated with
all contracts to do with World War II and the Nazis.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Let it be returned back to its natural state, because that's what I'm feeling, that it's in a state that's not natural.
Yeah. And it feels like the beginning of power and control. That's why we're going to it, because it's that heavy intent of power control. We've got this over you, even though you got to play publicly like, you know, you won the war. You mentioned it earlier, and how interesting it's actually coming into the session now, because you said about, oh, you know, they said the Germans didn't win the war, and then we're literally going there here with this Catalina, Los Angeles. This is relevant. And you can't hide anything when it comes to property clearing or land clearing or grid clearing. We go into, you know, things that some of the public don't know about. But if you were to look it up,
and in that story, that man in the high castle, the stronghold of the West Coast was held by the Japanese. And according to that Dan Cooper, the Japanese are even much more ruthless than the Germans.
Well, my granddad, who was a POW, would agree with that. But, you know, we're in the future now, and like we've got great relationships with Japan. More people go to Japan from Australia than they go to America. There's like 100,000 people last year traveled to Japan.
No, this is just in that timeline, but I know in the breakaway, according to there is a huge Japanese influence in the breakaway, according to our SSP kin. They say there is. Yeah. So. But anyway, we don't want to go to any of that, because we want to bring this to a higher line.
It feels better. How's your body feeling? Better. It feels. I couldn't hold that dark energy anymore. You were talking, and I was literally like holding it, and I'm going, let's move on, shall we? That's what it's like. I can kind of push it away, but when you're kind of really in it, it's like, can we just get on with it now? Like, so if I felt a bit impatient there,
I actually see it clearing mildly, not to spend a lot of time on going to San Diego or Hoover Dam, but I see it kind of lightly clearing that area and all that stuff going on and trickling up, you know. I don't think we're going to necessarily get into the whole Vegas and Rachel, Nevada. I think that's a time for another session.
There's enough in this
one. I
one.
can see it going in there. I can see it kind of like, you know.
Well,
and the energy of those springs, there's a hot springs in the area, so I want to call on the support, the positive support of like a place called Ash Springs that has this beautiful hot springs water.
Yeah.
It's a clear.
I can see the anchoring of the galactic crystalline grid of the cosmos is now able to anchor in, because that incident was stopping the anchoring of it. That's why we bring up these core origin densities to clear out first, and then we bring in higher frequencies. Yeah. Feels good. Feel the water's kind of.
This is what I want to share, though.
Yeah.
There's a place, Rachel, Nevada, where Area 51 is. We're not going to look at it too much, but I want to bring the story in that Rachel is a central matriarch in the Hebrew Bible, best known as the beloved, beautiful wife of Jacob and the mother. There was two wives, Leah
and Rachel.
And Rachel. And Rachel, the one that he loved more, that was the tribe of Benjamin.
Yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah.
Yay.
And Rachel, Nevada is where Area 51 is. So, yeah.
Welcome to new people. Laurie Ladd, Eric's, and It's a Patriot. Hi. If you wanted to look back at the video, you can do so if you can.
Who is it? I can't see these people in the chat.
Oh, I'll tell you.
And a
It's a
different-
Patriot. Laurie Ladd,
Oh,
777.
Laurie Ladd, yeah.
Eric, 3333. Missy, you. You're in there.
Is this on
Sitting on the
YouTube
floor.
or what is it on that they're watching it on?
I think it's on YouTube, yeah. It may be that I pressed the button that says,
Maybe
you know.
it's on your YouTube, not mine.
Maybe. It might be, yeah. But that's okay.
Well, I'm going to go to yours so I can see if there's a different chat that I'm not seeing. I mean,
oh, here's a button. Here, look. Show comments on stage. I think this is it.
But it's like frozen.
Regular, tall, small. All right. It should be doing something now. Is that right? Is it? Can you see it now or not?
No.
Ugh, I don't know. We'll have to. We're still new at this, guys. This is very in its infancy. But I think this is very much necessary. This show, right? Because we've got a lot of people who are really high-level healers, psychics, into psionics, right? Who are really on the cutting edge of what this planet potentiality is, right? And we can co-create together.
Now I see them coming in.
Yay, because I pressed the button, show comments on stage. Cool. Okay, cool. Yay. You got it. That's all it is. Just a button.
What's great about this also, I like to know where people are because how they interface with the land that we're working on. You know, like if there's people in California, like the previous show, when we were with Laura, that she was in California in Santa Cruz, you know, and
isn't that interesting?
Santa Cruz, and I said, we're going to end up in Catalina Island.
I know. I felt the connection to California too when she was talking. I went, I wonder if we'll be doing. It came into my head. I wonder if we'll be energetically doing something with California. So that incident, and you can imagine how it would affect all the people along the coast there, and the heart or the vulnerability or fear in America of the people, because it was in all the papers, wasn't it? Like you didn't expect it. Like, did you expect it? Oh, it's so amazing. I just blow my own mind. All right. It's amazing. It says, I cannot see any new chats. Oh, well, what do we do? I don't know. All right. Bear with us, guys. You know, we'll get there eventually. But does it feel like a nice ending to it?
I'm just trying to figure out, since we've been this bird and the surfboards, where we actually want to anchor this in. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
We're just going to go with the flow first because there's steps, and I feel like everyone's bringing flowers, particular flowers. Flowers are amazing healers, by the way. Flower essences are so underrated. So there's all these flowers and the Polynesian people coming in from Cook Island and Polynesia and into Catalina Island, and they're also here too. Like everyone's here, and there's everyone's holding flowers, and they've got to put the flowers in the water. That's a part of it because this is ceremony. This is what we call it. Metaphysical ceremony, bringing it into physical reality. It has to be in that metaphysical reality first, right? And there's a woman, and she's Polynesian, and her heart is open, and she has a lot of pink in her heart, and she's the one who's anchoring in the energy. She's got the full green headdress, big hair, and flowers, and she's the one anchoring the energy in from the crystalline. Is this Pele that we worked with before?
Mm-hmm.
She might be representing Pele again. Wow. So she's bringing in, she goes into the floor of the sea floor, and she is just in meditation, and she's anchoring it in. She's literally anchoring in all the light. It's pink and light and just indescribable is what I want to say, because it's high frequency light that's coming in too.
I see it trickling to all those other areas that we're not doing tonight. Like I said, with the Hoover Dam, and, going up towards Rachel and those Nellis, and there's a lot of places, but where I get to land is this Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area.
Mm.
which is actually 17 miles from Las Vegas, because Las Vegas will be probably something we pick up next time we do this, is the
Yeah.
areas around Las Vegas. So I get that's kind of a
Yeah.
good landing point, because it's the same type of rock area like
Yeah. Yeah.
Uluru, where we started. So go back and watch from the beginning that we started in Australia.
I love it. It's like I hear brothers and sisters connected through the rainbow tribe, connecting us all into one blood, one life, one tribe. We are all here connecting into the one tribe. Together we can clear the dark on this planet with our intentions as pure. You all have the power within you that is of highest order. It is sacred. Your abilities are sacred and powerful. Do not forget this. Have faith. Love the tribes.
So see that bird
Just
actually
downloaded in. That was beautiful. Did you hear the download?
landing back into your plasma self, that bird and turning into that orb and bringing it back in and bringing up that pink fire from below the core of the earth and that blue ice frequency from
Yeah.
above, and mixing these plasma colors in our body, kind of grounding this in, and just come back to your physical body wherever you are, and bring these codes to where you are on the
Very
grid.
good. And I can see the people in the circle on the surfboards. You're actually going clockwise now because we've changed
Yeah.
into the northern hemisphere. Like it's like they're going clockwise now. That actually makes sense. So we went anti-clockwise in the bottom in Australia, and then we went up here and we're going clockwise now on the surfboards in the circle with the flowers and crazy, amazing.
If anybody has any questions, drop it in the chat. And remember to subscribe to both of our channels, which is Whimsical Wednesday, and mine is Galactic Earth Fusion. So,
I know, like Laura was asking, like, why Wednesdays? Well, originally I was telepathing on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Due to all the negative attention I got in doing that, the name has stuck. But every now and then I'll bring in some downloads. Not to the
just joining, I just interviewed Laura Eisenhower before this show. And when people probably ask you about Wednesday, they wonder about the show Wednesday. Do they? Do you ever get those comments like, remember the show Wednesday? Like,
oh yeah, Wednesdays with
Wednesday Adams.
Totally, I love it. I didn't really think of it at the time because my show used to be held on Wednesdays, so it was like, join me for my Whimsical Wednesdays where I telepath, But then I realized, the link to Wednesday is perfect because it's like the Addams Family. I'm a bit fringe, a bit different. I was like, thanks, Spirit. Probably gave me the right name, actually. I don't have the piggy tails or the dark hair, but I'm a bit Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin. Oh, look, you can see the comments, the recent ones, right? Laurie Ladd, hi, and then Justin down the bottom.
Cool. No? It's good to meet you.
Yes, it's coming in. It was just a button.
I know who they are, so it's great to see
That's
them.
good. Where
are they? Are any of them in California, I wonder?
I don't know. Let's ask. Where are you guys situated? Put it in the comments. And any ideas? We've got some ideas about Vegas and like the Grand Canyon to clear and stuff like that. But if anyone can think of anything else, not too dummy, by the way. Hint, hint.
And how that goes up to, I hate to say, remember that show Skinwalker Ranch? I see this whole line. I mean, but we don't touch the DUMBS. We might go around it, but we don't look inside. We're not going to do that.
Just Dinnercott's in Victoria, Australia. Hi. Nice to see you. Got some Australians. It's an American and an Australian what do we call this? Collaboration.
Global Grid Investigations.
Yeah. Global Grid Investigation, Gridwork Investigation,
Go
collaboration.
Back and watch our 4th of July. We have a show that we did a couple weeks ago, and go back and watch Rob on Typical Skeptic. We did a 4th of July deep dive around where he is, which is Pittsburgh, because the first one we did was the Potomac River connecting into DC and all that stuff. Yeah.
That was a good clearing, and I just love how I got the image of like the Pocahontas thing.
Yes,
and how it actually was highly like
John Smith. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the John Smith thing. And it's those contracts and events in history that do stick in the timeline and in the grid. That's there, right. Because you've got thousands of people knowing that story, seeing that story, hence why the one that we just worked on with the Los Angeles situation. What do we call that? Los Angeles.
The Battle of LA.
The Battle of LA. Yeah. That was solidified into the grid until we've done this clearing. How do you feel when you're back there energetically? I'm seeing it really lovely, and everyone's in the ocean on the surfboards again.
I'm seeing a higher timeline.
Yeah.
And that
it's like unlocked the old
ocean part. Some of the stuff on land, there's stuff. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of military bases in that area. And like Vegas area. But we're not going there right now. But this feels really good. And for me, it's quite late. So
it's really late. Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you go. And it was a really good collaboration again. We'll do this. I don't know. We'll have a day that we'll specifically do it. We're just kind of doing it when we have.
We're trying. I know we say YouTube likes the consistency, but we'll do it when we can do it. That's what we have to do it when we energetically feel aligned to doing it. That's the most important.
Yeah, and then I'm sure we'll get a regular day that we do it. And guys, suggestions are always helpful for us in areas. Okay.
Also, if you want to donate to the cause, you can do it through. I don't have a Buy Me a Coffee link yet, but there's Zelle, PayPal, and you can talk about how for you and how to get a hold of you and things like that.
Well, just go to my YouTube. You'll see it in the description, PayPal. But you'll see in the description, other shows that I'll do, and how to get in contact with me for healings as usual. Same thing that I do here on the grids. I do it with people too. So we go to the core origin of the density. Could be this life. You go into our Akashic records, past lives, and wherever it takes us to.
And I do different things too, and I work with something called the quantum infinity. So not just the sessions of clearing with like readings, like
activating too
with cards and basic astrology, because I'm not an astrology. So when I do astrology, it's basic. It's just to get certain psychological input to just for a clearing, because it gives me. But you just email me, Hill Night Vision, HILL Night NIT Vision VISION @gmail.com, hillnightvision@gmail.com. I'll tell you what I do in the emails.
Yeah, and I might get the Strong Brothers to go on my show next time. So I just loved how the spirits brought in my clapping sticks. Like, how did they know? They're like, get your clapping sticks from your luggage. I've already packed it up, but they knew better. Brilliant. Okay. This is a good session. Lovely to see everyone. You get some sleep, Missy. Have a good night rest.
Yes, because I'm going to Cherokee tomorrow. So I'm leaving Spring Creek and going to Cherokee. So, and then I'll be going to Black Mountain. And then I'll be back. Yeah. So I'm moving around.
Cool. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Good night.